Human life is an ideological flow, a movement from crudity to subtlety, from animal existence to awareness of sublime being. It's a process of refining the mind so that the mind can absorb subtle energies, can attenuate to those energies. You come into a body, a physical body, and senses, and there is identity with the physical body, with the sensory experience, with the motor organs. And if you remain absorbed constantly in the sensory experiences, the movements of the body, you become completely identified with the body. Consciousness, awareness, becomes identified with physical existence. The problem is that these bodies are transitory. They don't last. And so if you believe that you are the body and that is your identity, your consciousness is absorbed in the physical sphere. And when you leave this body, the consciousness has no awareness of something other than the physical. Mental processes that are accompanied of the physical in the brain. And the body itself is temporary. But when mind grows in magnitude, when through spiritual practice you expand the vision, you expand your capacity to attenuate to subtle energies, to experience subtle vibrations, then mind begins to grow and awareness, consciousness begins to be able to perceive and focus subtlety. You become aware of the movements of energy, the movements of nature, the flows of this world, and how it all moves together in perfect harmony. And not only the flows of this physical world, but the subtle psychic energies that are behind this physical world become available to you. And as you deepen and deepen further in your spiritual practice, you become aware of the infinite nature of the eternal self of all. The one existence that underlies everything. That in Sanskrit is Parama Purusha. You become aware of this divine or infinite consciousness that underlies and permeates all of creation. It is the substance of all that is. And that pure, expansive consciousness, awareness, love, truth, is always whole, is always undifferentiated, is one love, one self, one pure, vibratory, subtle frequency. And when mind grows in magnitude through exposure to this divine nature, the light the purity of being becomes more and more refined. You become refined in your psychic flow. Sattva guna dominates the mind. Subtle, sentient energy begins to dominate. And you become able, in the stillness of your meditation, in the quietness, to perceive the frequency of the eternal nature of being. And as your mind attenuates to this, you may experience love, unconditional, pure light, divine being. Your awareness grows, and you perceive that all is one eternal essence, without separation. That separation is only a concept, a belief of the mind born out of identity of your awareness with physical existence, which defines one body from another, I and thou, you and the world, as separate. That's because you have embodied, your awareness is merged into physical reality. But as mind grows in magnitude and you free your awareness from this binding force and these binding beliefs, you become aware of the whole. And aware that there is only one self. There is only one eternal being. And that you are not separate. You are not alone. You are not isolated. You are a part of the integrated whole of existence, composed of that infinite being. Your separateness is only a dream in the mind of the great dreamer. As the whole creation is but a dream, but a thought in the mind of the dreamer. Some say it is Maya, illusion, but it is not exactly illusion. It is a reality that is relative. There is a relative reality to duality and creation. But all things that are dual have a unitary substantive reality beneath that duality. And when mind grows in magnitude, it can attenuate to that subtle reality, to that subtle sense of being that is beyond separation. Beyond duality. In that, what you have considered yourself is but an expression of an infinite self, infinite awareness, infinite being, infinite love, which permeates all that is and is the substance, never changed, though appearing to change. Appearing to be many, it remains always one, unchanged, unborn, immortal being. It appears to have duality, but its substantive nature of unitary intelligent, aware consciousness never changes. Its substantive nature of infinite, boundless love never changes. Though these words are only reflections in the thoughts in the human mind of a reality that is beyond thought, of a reality that can't be contained within thought, a reality beyond love, beyond truth, beyond wisdom, beyond words, that always is, always has been, and always will be, unchanging, immortal being. The words we have are the closest we can understand with the mind to something that stuns the mind and can be only known in the direct experience of being. When you, like the drop of water dropped into the sea, when you remove the container of ego, you become whole, you merge into that which is. You become one with the whole. Because you have always been one. Water is water. So being aware, intelligent, aware consciousness is one, is immortal, eternal. So your nature is undying. But that which is transitory and it changes with time will always change with time. So this life is an opportunity to move from crudity to subtlety, from darkness to light, from death to immortality. It is an opportunity to know the true self of yourself, to know that eternal, undying, infinite essence of being, to break the boundaries of separateness and the pain of duality, and find the wholeness of love fulfilled, of knowing your own self, of returning to your true nature, to your home from which you have come. This is the great path of sadhana, of spiritual journey. And the true purpose of human life is to follow this path, this inner journey, to find your way home, out of suffering and the pains of duality. All right?